Hi, everyone. I have graded your teamwork papers and provided feedback in the rubric within discussion board. You guys are doing a great job. There, from a general feedback standpoint from APA or grammar, there really are no common themes or common concerns from a problematic standpoint. Just in a couple of weeks, your application of APA and the formatting has come a long way and really does reflect a professional, polished final product, which I'm really proud of you. I know using APA can be tedious and it does take additional time. So continue to practice the APA skills and remember that APA is more than just using something out of a book to format a paper. It's the structure and the guide to how someone should be reading your paper. It's the professional approach to using professional taxonomy and word choices when you're writing a paper. It's the blueprint for writing a paper that is eventually going to be suitable for publishing, which would be our goal as you finish up your coursework in 626 at the end of your program, is that your final product will be publish worthy. But if you don't practice those skills now, you will not have fine-tuned them to where they become second nature. So I applaud your efforts. I know that it takes time, and I'm pleased with that. Your final paper is probably going to be the most complex paper that you're going to write. Maybe the next one, I forgot the schematic paper that's coming up is a little bit more complex. I want you to make sure that you are looking at level 1, 2, and 3 headings so that you know which type of heading to use when. The longer your paper is, the more complex, the more variety of ideas that are embedded in a paper, the more important it is that you are using appropriate level headings. Remember that you'll start with a level 1. A level 2 goes under a level 1. A level 3 goes under a level 2. And it breaks down the ideas that are in a paragraph to guide your reader. It also guides your own thoughts. So in the next couple of papers, the longer they get, the more complex they get. I expect to see you using those higher level headings appropriately. Next week, you are going to be doing a professional practice model, and you're going to develop a schematic. I want to remind you that the schematic needs to be your own work. I don't want you to copy something from your organization or pull something off the internet. This is an opportunity to use your own creativity and your own ideas about what an appropriate professional practice model would look like. So I want you to be thoughtful about that process. Make sure that you're reading your rubric, that you're answering all the prompts that are out there. In this video, just below it, I'm going to send you some hyperlinks. I'm not terribly thrilled with what's in the module as far as examples, so I'm going to give you a few others to take a look at, hopefully to give you a variety of existing professional practice models to look at. I want to remind you that your professional practice model should be based on a theory or a framework, and that theory or framework should somehow be evident in your schematic. So when you start thinking about what is your organization value, what's the philosophy, what's the mission, what's the vision, and jotting down all of those ideas, I want you to jot down the theory that you feel like most appropriately supports those professional practice models within your organization, and use the theory kind of as a underpinning for developing what your professional practice model would look like. Last thing to remind you from an APA standpoint, your schematic, it's basically, schematic is just a pretty word for a picture or a drawing. My thinking is going to be that you're going to use the word tools to insert figures or diagrams or charts to create this schematic. Have fun with it, play with it until you're happy with it. When you insert it in your paper, I want you to look up the difference between a figure and an appendix, because how you plug this schematic, this picture in your paper, will change how you properly format it into your paper. Do not just drop it in the middle of a paragraph, because that's not going to be proper APA. So depending on where you put it, a figure is something that you put embed in a paragraph or embed in your paper. That's a figure. Or at the very end, it's an appendix. Get your APA manual out, or look at the Purdue OWL site or Google or whatever you're using, and look at the difference between how you use a figure and an appendix in APA formatting, because that's an important step when you're properly formatting this next paper. So that's all I have for you this week. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. It is about 74 degrees here in Roanoke, and it has been drizzling for the past couple of days. I am grateful that it is not 100 degrees, so I am going to tolerate the rain. I'm officially tired of walking puppies in the rain. So say a prayer for me that we get through this rain without my dogs floating away. Touch base if I can do anything for you. If you have any concerns or questions about feedback that's been provided, know that I'm here. I know that you feel like you're out there on your own, but know that you're not. 3 more weeks and you're almost done. I hope you guys are wrapping up a good week. Take care.